Level 7 upgrade. Today I'm going to be installing the Traxxas aluminum bearing adapter. Of course, this was donated to me by Kojot 0976. This is one of those must-haves for the Traxxas 4x4s. So let's go ahead and get it installed. First, I need to remove the rear assembly. There's 2 screws on top and 2 screws on bottom. Once those screws are removed, you can just pull the rear assembly right on off. And now I need to pull out the whole spur gear assembly. There we go. Now I need to go ahead and remove this piece by undoing this grub screw. Once you take off that nut, I have to pull off the collapsible spring, and now I have the bearing and the bearing adapter. Usually this sits inside of the chassis right here, but it came out with the whole spur gear assembly. But this is a part that I'm going to be replacing, and as you can see, it's already starting to get worn out. This is why I like to do this upgrade. Now let's go ahead and open the new one. Alright, and there you have it. Now a quick comparison. As you can see, it's pretty much the same size. It's going to be a lot more durable, and it's not going to be torn up. Not to mention, they also do include a new bearing to put into the chassis, which I am going to be doing. So now it's time to go ahead and put this all back together. So I'm going to slide the bearing adapter on there, followed by the collapsible spring, and then finally the nut. In order for me to tighten the nut all the way down, I am going to have to clamp this down with pliers. I'm going to tighten it all the way down and then undo it half a turn. After that, I can go ahead and just slide on the bearing and then reattach this piece and tighten the grub screw. There's before, and there is after. It's a small thing, but believe me, it does make a difference. I also went ahead and put a new bearing into the spur gear because the old one was, well, it was kind of torn up. So now I'm just going to go ahead and slide the bearing down and then push this back into the chassis. Once it's pushed in all the way, I need to go ahead and reattach the rear assembly. Now you'll see that at the end of this shaft there is 2 flat sides. Well, there's 2 corresponding flat sides inside of here in the pinion gear. So I need to match those 2 up and then slide everything back together. Once the rear assembly is back on, I need to go ahead and reattach the 2 screws on top and the 2 screws on the bottom. And I am done installing this upgrade. Thank you again, Kojot 0976, for the donation. And that was Kojot's Level 7 upgrade.